Now in other news, some good news. For the first time in over a year, the first group of foreign tourists arrived in Israel last week and has been touring the country. This as Israel has seen a drastic drop in coronavirus cases and as the country prepares to drop many coronavirus restrictions.
A group of 12 Christian pilgrims studying theology at the Concordia Seminary in St. Louis, Missouri, became the first group of tourists to arrive in Israel in over a year. The group landing at Israel's Ben Gurion Airport on Thursday afternoon and greeted by Israeli Minister of Tourism, Orit Farkasha-Cohen.
After over a year, since March 2020, Israel has closed its skies to tourism. And today I was very excited to welcome the first group of vaccinated tourists to come to Israel after the COVID-19. Israel is COVID-19 free. It is world leading in the rate of its vaccination. Everything is open here, from restaurants to hotels to resorts to holy places and so on. And we have a lot to offer.
The group, being led by Pastor Tom Zelt of the Prince of Peace Church, is planning to visit Jerusalem, Nazareth, and Christian sites around the country.
It's wonderful to be back in Israel, in the land in which God has done so much for us. It's great to have students here to be able to study and to tour, to see these wonderful places. So we're glad it opened up. Thanks for working so hard to be so safe for us, and we're very grateful to be here.
Israel closed its borders to foreign tourists when the coronavirus pandemic began in March 2020. And now, since the majority of the country's population is vaccinated and the coronavirus cases have drastically dropped, the government launching a new pilot program allowing small groups of vaccinated tourists to enter the country. Under the pilot, the tourism ministry saying it expects around 20 groups to arrive, including from the United States, Germany, and the UK. Despite opening its borders, Israeli authorities still remain very wary of introducing new variants into the country. And as such, all tourists entering must show a negative corona test before flying and take another test upon arriving. The group also needs to take serological tests at their hotel to prove they have COVID-19 antibodies and are required to remain in quarantine until the results return, usually a matter of a few hours, before they're able to enjoy the sights here in Israel.